David and Bill Harris, other dealers driving you mad, giving you the full court press?
Hey, just sign right here. Go ahead, sign up and get your new car.
Let us assist. Double dribble or travel to Bill Harris in Ashland to get a slam dunk deal on the car of your dreams. But hurry, the shot clock is running out. Call one of our pros to pick and roll incoming inventory before it arrives. Don't make your car shopping experience a bust. Come to the name you know and trust.
Good afternoon, Mayor Matt Miller.
Good afternoon, Joe. It seems like it's been a while since we've been together here.
It has, and I'm starting to get worried.
Well, don't be worried. There's just a lot going on, and I appreciate your patience.
Hey, the main question everybody wants to know is the St. Patrick's Day. It's coming up Friday. It's snowing one day, raining the next.
Absolutely. Well, we certainly have been blessed these last several years because each time St. Patrick's Day has rolled around, it has been unseasonably warm and bright sunny. Now, there's still time for that to become the conditions on Friday, St. Patrick's Day, March 17th. However, if anyone is looking at the weather forecast right now, it could suggest that it might be just the opposite. It might be cold, it might be windy, it might be rainy, and there may even be a few snow flurries. So this is what I'm going to tell everyone. Number one, we will still plan to turn the creek green at noon on Friday, St. Patrick's Day. It's a brief little gathering downtown, but we turn the creek green. We, of course, will have, I'm sure, a lot of people that will make their way down with their families to see us do that. As you know, if you've been there in the past, it doesn't last long, but it's kind of fun to see it begin to turn the green color for St. Patrick's Day. That will still take place at noon. At least as of what we know now, that will take place at noon. We may even have a few giveaways for some of those that brave the elements and come down and join us at noon. The good news is, right after our dyeing of the town creek, you can then head off to one of our many restaurants downtown and enjoy special menu items that they've put together just for the St. Patrick's holiday. Now, when it comes to the parade, and that's number two, as you know, currently we are planning to have the parade on Friday, St. Patrick's Day at 5 p.m. Just like last year, we'll all gather down at Corner Park, and when 5 o'clock rolls around, we'll march down to the Foundation Plaza. That is our current plan. However, it does not go unnoticed to us that right now the weather is looking pretty threatening for Friday. In fact, a 90% chance of rain, and I believe 70% the day before and 70% the day after. So it doesn't even show any sunshine coming anytime soon. With that in mind, what we will do is as we get closer to Friday and get a better idea of what the weather conditions might be, we'll decide whether or not we do in fact have the St. Patrick's Day parade or whether we cancel this year. The good news about our St. Patrick's Day parade is it's a walking parade. Anyone can join us, anyone can deck themselves out in their favorite green and join us as we march down Main Street. But because it's a walking parade, we don't have to go through all of the steps of formally registering units, getting everyone to decorate their units and line up. So if there was ever a parade that's fairly easy to cancel, this would be the one. So the best I can do is say we'll dye the creek green on St. Patrick's Day. We'll have the giant leprechaun out at Corner Park. We'll also put up our new spring banners on all the light poles downtown, and we'll even put up our balloons and our St. Patrick's Day flags, as well as new American flags downtown. But we'll all have to find out together here in the next few days whether or not we do in fact have a St. Patrick's Day parade this year. But don't get me wrong, there will still be the spirit of the Irish in the air. We'll still have that Celtic music playing on the sound system, so you'll want to make sure that you take the time to come downtown on Friday, September 17th, St. Patrick's Day.
And what are you going to do if there's like a gully washer with all this rain? How are you going to dye the creek?
Well, the good news is we actually ordered more dye than we've ever ordered before. And that was before we knew that there was a potential for it to be a gully washer. And I guess we'll find out together how much dye it does take when that creek is swollen and the waters are rushing through town. So we'll find out together, Joe. Hopefully we have enough dye.
Absolutely. And the other question is that gas station. I know they had a city council meeting.
The Eagle gas station,
Right.
located next to the U.S. Post Office and across from the yogurt shop. That gas station we often refer to as the Eagle gas station. This year We are expecting the contractor to get started on removing the underground tanks as well as the above fixtures that we all see right now as we drive up Claremont Avenue. This is a project we've waited for some time to achieve. A part of the reason for the delay was when COVID hit, the grant program that is actually covering the cost of this cleanup was kind of put on hold. Then there was question when it would start back up, and finally it has started back up. We have got the grant award, and now we're just waiting to sign with a contractor to do the work. But we hope that is complete by the end of this summer.
And I seen you posted the other day update on the roads that's going to be paved and stuff like that. And there's a couple people that I think they just misunderstood. Claremont Street or Claremont Avenue is going to be redone this year.
And maybe the best explanation for that is the City of Ashland administers a street resurfacing program every construction season, every summer. At least we have for the last, I believe, 6 or 7 years. We also, though, this year have another major project that is going to happen, but it'll be funded through a number of different pots of money. So that is, of course, Claremont Avenue, one of the largest streets in the city of Ashland because it's 4-lane. Claremont Avenue will be reconstructed. I was going to say resurfaced, but there's more than just resurfacing taking place on that street. Reconstructed this year, and that is a very high dollar project. In fact, we're expecting the total cost to be somewhere in the neighborhood of $5 million. Now, why so much? Well, first of all, it's 4 lanes, so that alone attributes to a lot of that cost. But more importantly, there is a water line that runs down the center of Claremont Avenue underneath the pavement underground. And while we have the street torn up, we're going to go ahead and replace that water line. And that price alone to replace that water line is around $1 million. So that's part of the reason that is such an expensive project. And then you throw in some drainage issues that will be taken care of. You throw in some curbs that might be reconstructed, some sidewalks, and so on. That's what's driving the cost of that project up. So Claremont Avenue, though, will be resurfaced by the time it's all said and done here in 2023, God willing. Now, the big one, though, is our summer street resurfacing program. And you've probably seen it billed as one of the largest in the city's history, actually probably the largest in the city's history. We intend, if all goes as planned, to resurface upwards of 60 streets throughout the city of Ashland once the spring season arrives and once we get a contractor in place. We just went to bid last week, and soon we will open up bids and we'll see who the successful bidder is and move forward and start getting more dates of when work will actually begin. So 60 plus streets throughout the city of Ashland. Of course, all those streets are selected based on 3 criteria: the pavement condition, the traffic volume, how many cars and trucks and vehicles are driving up and down the streets every day, and then finally, whether or not there's any infrastructure improvement or underground infrastructure or utility improvements that are going to be made that might force us to cut into the new pavement. An example would be, let's say Columbia Gas decides they are going to repair a gas main in your neighborhood. Your street may need resurfaced, but we are not going to resurface your street knowing that Columbia Gas is coming through this season and going to be disrupting all the pavement. We'll wait till they're done with their project, then you will make the list and we'll resurface your street. So those are the 3 factors used to put that list together. Interesting note, I would say to you that the cost of asphalt, as you might imagine, has gone up. I believe we're figuring somewhere in the neighborhood of 10 to 12% increase in the cost of asphalt this season. Also, for those of you who are into numbers, think about this. In the city of Ashland, we have approximately 220 lane miles of streets. So 220 lane miles of asphalt. To replace 1 lane mile of asphalt, we're anticipating a cost of somewhere around $130,000. $130,000. So think about it. If we have 220 lane miles and it costs $130,000 to resurface a single lane mile, you can see why our city and other cities struggle so much with keeping up with the maintenance of the streets, because it's not an inexpensive proposition. And we are just very fortunate here in the city of Ashland that not only have we got a number of grants with the help of our engineering staff, but we have also had the support of you, the people who live here in the city of Ashland. You've stepped forward twice now to pass a street improvement levy. I believe it's a 0.5% or 0.25% street income tax levy, and quite candidly, that's why we're able to make all these repairs. During my State of the State, I made the comment that we have, I believe, 300 and, the number just flew out of my mind, but I believe it's in the neighborhood of about 330 streets in our city, and we've already made it through 131. I think it's 315. I believe we have 315 streets, and we've already made it through 131, meaning we've already resurfaced 131, and hopefully we can add this 60, and that'll put us over the halfway mark. But we'll keep chiseling away at these streets, so don't worry.
So anything else exciting here that you...
No, but I do believe that that is very timely of you to talk with me today, because I want people to know what's going on with the St. Patrick's Day events, and I would encourage everyone that does watch this to spread the word. We're going to dye the creek. That's still in the plan. The parade, however, a little bit more iffy, because we don't want people to have to try to get their green all over and march down in the middle of the rain. So we'll keep people posted on that one. And how will we do that? Our Facebook page, my personal Facebook page, and also we'll try to make sure we get press releases out as we know more details.
Well, again, thank you, Matt. I appreciate it. I know you're very busy
No
today,
problem.
and you have a wonderful day.
Thank you.
David and Bill Harris, other dealers driving you mad, giving you the full court press?
Hey, just sign right here. Go ahead, sign up and get your new car.
Let us assist. Double dribble or travel to Bill Harris in Ashland to get a slam dunk deal on the car of your dreams. But hurry, the shot clock is running out. Call one of our pros to pick and roll incoming inventory before it arrives. Don't make your car shopping experience a bust. Come to the name you know and trust.